talking to James
Baldwin? No.
Yeah, James Baldwin. Yeah, James Baldwin. And he said in the video, I can't lie to you because you're my partner. I have to tell you the truth. That's who you are to me. And she's like,
stop. I figured it out.
You can lie to me. And you will.
Okay.
And you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you'll lie to me. Because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you the way I treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man?
Okay, so
I love it.
So
I love it. It's so much to go off of that. Listen, she's not wrong though. And I understand where she's coming from on that. And like I said, I understand where James Baldwin is coming from on that as well. And she's not wrong for saying that, because it goes back to our last podcast, social norms and expectations. We are always pretending to be something for somebody else. Our partner does get the least of that because we give them everything. And what she is saying is that you faking it with them, but then I'm still catching hell and you ain't treating me right. So still treat me right. And if that means faking it, fake it. Or lie to her. And in the sense, it's like, she ain't wrong for asking that. She's not wrong. What she's saying is treat me good because I catch hell from you and I'm catching hell outside. But then I come home and I catch hell from you because you frustrated outside. But you treat everybody else good but me. And I'm your source of outlet. But while I will be your source of outlet, please treat me right. Lie to me. Make me feel good. Make me feel happy with you. Whatever that may be. Lie to me, make me feel good. And I don't think she wants to, I don't know. She's not advocating to lie to me and to be unfaithful and untrue and shit like that. I'm sorry for cursing and things like that. She's just saying, I don't always have to catch hell from you. When you come home and you having a bad day, understandable. Decompress, do it the right way, communicate effectively, but then also still make them feel good about themselves. Still make them feel good about being with you and that you appreciate them for putting up with you and taking in your crap and being by your side through your hard days. We're not going to always give everybody the best of ourselves. That's not a guarantee. We're flawed human beings. We're not perfect by the definition. We're not perfect. We come flawed. If you're a religious person, we're made in God's image, but we are not God. So we can't walk on water. We can't turn water into wine. So we're definitely going to make a lot of mistakes, and relationships is a part of that. And being with somebody that you're able to deal with that and accept that from them because you love them and they love you, and it has to be a two-way street on that. Everything else, you guys can like different things. Your person isn't saying that it isn't that your person is, you guys have everything in common. No, it's your person that you both have mutually, connectively understand that we're different people, but I still want to be with you. Your bad days is still a good day to me, and I'm still gonna make you feel special, and vice versa. Lie, and she's saying that to people that can't do it. Lie. I'm not up for that, but I understand what she's saying. Like that. James Baldwin's got a point where, I can't lie to you because you're my person. I got to be upfront with you. I got to tell you what's on my mind. And he ain't wrong for that either. They're saying the same thing. They're just saying it differently.
Yeah.
And there's the effective communication aspect of it. You get and that's like very important in like understanding that when like I've never been married. The longest relationship was like a year, but I've had several of them, several across the board throughout going on 40. I'm about to hit 40, and it's more than one hand. No kids of my own. But I've been around a lot of people, and I've been friends with a lot of people that are going through divorce, and I've been the side piece, and I've been the support of a lot of people's relationships and success. And it's the communication effectively is the most important part in any relationship for it to strongly succeed. Like, you got to be honest with that person, and you still got to make that person feel like they matter and they're important to you, right, and they special. The moment you stop doing that is the moment you've given up on not only yourself, but that individual. And if that's the case, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, let's just take a break. If you're married, it's okay to say take a break. However the rules you may want to put up during this break period, take a break and then come back. Don't get divorced. Just take a break and come back. And then for people that are single, you can take a break and then come back, do the same thing too. Or in the relationship dating phase, do the same thing too. But then come back and then reevaluate yourself, reevaluate your partner, and see if that's the choice you really want to make. Are you able to live up to what they're asking for? Don't say yeah because you love them. Don't try. No. Don't try. No. Do not try. Do. As Yoda says, do not try. Do. And if you can't do it, then it's fine. There's nothing wrong with saying I can't give you that.
Right. Accepting the reality. Yeah.
And the person has to make that decision if they want to accept you for that. And they have to accept you at that point for what you said and for who you are. Expecting and hoping for you to change is wrong.
Not
if
realistic.
If you do change, it's a bonus. It's great. But if you don't, then you deal with that as is.
Right. Trish, input? Mike said it all?
Yeah. All of it. Like, just took it out my mouth. I loved how assertive she was. And very, like, she delivered that so organically. And he took it so, like, no, but it's really matter of fact. Like, this is how it is. And I think about the energetic exchange, like even through a marriage, the energetic exchange outwards versus what you're left with to come inwards, because the way the life is set up. It's like the man goes out, we go out there, the man, women. I've worked 4 jobs, my husband's worked 4 jobs. We go out there and we bring our kids out there and we're in the community and we're volunteering here at this soup kitchen. Home is like wherever you're at with your village. Okay. But then it just gets to be like a lot. And if you grew up like that, like at what point do you get to sit there and meet yourself? But the person that you're with gets everything and they've got to carry that around and ask that with you in public, even though that's not how we're feeling. But if you show up any other way, it's not okay. Instead of some villages are not all designed the way it should be or where it ought to be or how we're carving out space for ourselves right now. Like, these are the realities of that. So culturally, people are taught very differently. Right. And it impacts communication. Right. I mean, it shuts off your communication immediately. So, and I have to bring it back to what that early childhood thing looks like, because those children become adults who become relationships and so forth. It goes on. But I think about all of the places where it is practiced and it looks beautiful and it looks like, wow, I can't believe if I live my life anything different than that. And then, real life, like where you grew up and you're just like, that's not a thing. Right. So like coming to terms with that is nerve-wracking. And it's just shaking you out of your boots because you're like, wow, what was I doing back then to, you know what I mean? So like an evolution expansion type thing. I think that what she's saying was very powerful. Once again, what he's saying is very powerful, and it's worth a raw conversation to be had, because those are not happening at all. No. And it's tough to take, but I mean, if it's coming, like Mike said, if it's coming from a good space, like a good space, you'll hear it. You'll hear the message, and yeah.
and like as Trish was talking, and I'm reflecting on the video, and I'm thinking about everybody that I know that is going through something, and it's like it's literally like communicating everything, and it's like if you can't be comfortable, like I know for women it's big on infidelity, right? And if your partner is a looker, likes to look, and you see that from the beginning, ask him those questions. Because people avoid those questions because they don't want to hear the truth. They avoid asking that question because they know two things is going to happen. Either he's going to tell me the truth and I'm going to feel hurt, or he's going to lie to me and I'm going to believe it, but I know it's not the truth, but I'm going to stick with it. And it's like, don't do that to yourself because you're only setting yourself up. But if you are going into it and understanding that, and I want people to understand that men, when it comes to men and women, we are always going to be different. We are always going to be different. And women, and most women, and I'm not going to say all, but most women out there can come on par to men when it comes to compartmentalizing emotions. However, not the majority, not the people that are married, not the people that are in relationships currently, because they're always going to misunderstand that infidelity is attached to the heart, is attached to the love and the soul. And for a lot of men, and I'm going to say a lot, it's not. It's not. They will ride or die for you. They will die for you, and they will go through hell for you. They'll get shot for you. And once again, I'm not condoning. I'm not saying, hey, go ahead and cheat on your girl, or you should be okay with that. I just want you to understand that if they do ever step out, it's nothing. It's not you. It's just them. It's the nature of the beast. They're always going to look. They've always been looking. But
that's not just a man thing. I mean, that's a human thing. Not all. There are women who step out of relationships too, and it's not always for the emotional thing.
And like I said, not all women do it. Not all women do it, but I not all women do it. But there is some that are more. The numbers of that is more towards. There's more women that do it emotionally than there are women that don't.
But I think all of it comes back to effective communication. If you felt like you were safe enough to communicate, hey, my need is not being met in this relationship, people wouldn't have to step out. Or if they did choose to have an open relationship or whatever dynamic they decided on, it'd be based on effective communication and not, I'm trauma responding to my needs not being met.
And being sneaky linkers.
Right.
The sneaky leaks is where you got somebody you've been dating on the low for a hot minute, but you've been doing your thing for a hot minute. Please. No. Close the door. Close the door. I am so sorry. I thought I locked the door. Oh my God. I thought I locked the door. Hold up, man.
But like for me, taking it back to the video that we watched, like I understand both of their perspectives, but I cannot say that I fully agree with both of their perspectives. So one of the things,
why is that?
And I'm gonna tell you right now. So, one of the things Nikki Giovanni said was, because I love you, I get the least of you. And I completely understand that sentiment, right? It's like we are taken for granted. You love me, and so I'm always going to be here, so I don't have to put on the airs, I don't have to put on the show, I don't have to fancy schmancy you, because I know you're going to be here, right? But at the same time, after that, I know what that feeling feels like, and that's not cool. But the solution that she came up with, fake it till you make it and lie to me to make me feel good, or fake it with me, she didn't say fake it till you make it, fake it with me and lie to me, that's not the answer. Because that's only asking this person to be inauthentic with you. Just so you're asking him to spend his entire or their entire existence pretending to be somebody they're not. Where do they have the opportunity to be their authentic selves? But with that, James Baldwin saying, I can't lie to you because I love you. Like, I felt that in my soul. Like, if you love me, I hope that you don't feel like you need to lie to me, right? Because if that is the case, it makes me who I am, speaking for myself, it makes me question the level of our love. Because if our love is unconditional, you shouldn't feel like you have to lie to me, because there is nothing that you can say that is going to scare me away. Because that lying is a self-preservation. I'm lying because I'm scared of the consequence. I'm scared of how you're going to react. I'm scared of the consequence. There is some fear of the repercussions, right? Whether it's for me, for you, for whoever. But if my love is truly unconditional, there shouldn't be a fear. I'm not going to throw you away. I'm not going to, whatever, because that's not unconditional love. But then it comes back to, okay, so how do you effectively communicate when you have those moments where you come home from work and you had a crap day and you just want to let it all out and just blah, right? How do you engage with that other person who's expecting you to connect with them? And that's where being able to be comfortable with your partner, being able to have that safe space to be open and honest is important, so that you can say, this was my crap day, all this stuff happened, blah, 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 blah. But then we don't leave it at that. I'm not a dumpster. You don't just dump all your stuff and walk away. Now you're good and I'm a go. No, we have this conversation, we process it, and then afterwards we do some activity to get us back to a neutral place. Whether that's spiritual, you want to cleanse and clear, or, whatever, watching TV, watching a comedy together, whatever, to shift the energy so that now we can be in this space together and feel loved and accepted and supported, right? That's just for me, because it doesn't make any sense. But then at the same time, and I recognize this, there are a lot of partners that will say, I want you to tell me everything. And Mike, we talk about this all the time. I want you to tell me everything. I want you to share your everything with me. And then you go to share and they'll be like, what? And blow up and they can't hold it, or, whatever. And so it's finding that balance. Don't ask if you can't handle it.
There's that part. Your expectation, what you asking for, at some point you got to understand, you asking for it, you got to be able to receive it too. And you got to be okay with what you get when you ask.